With Estonia looking to modernize its navy and replace some fairly old vessels, it's a good time to look at the country's maritime situation and the competition to supply about 12 new ships in 2 classes. With the competition shortlist narrowed down to 4 companies across 3 countries, it's sure to be an interesting procurement. So let's get started. As Estonian public broadcaster ERR reported back in late 2025, the Estonian Centre for Defence Investments, or ECDI, is moving forward with talks over price quotes for new naval ships with 4 companies: Estonia's Baltic Workboats, Sweden's Saab, and South Korea's Hanwha and Hyundai. Baltic Workboats, or BWB project manager and former Estonian Navy commander Jüri Saska, told ERR that the tasks of future ships are to include maritime situational awareness and pollution response, while retaining mine countermeasures capability. Saska was quoted as saying, "In the future, mine countermeasures capability should shift to either unmanned, semi-manned, or modular systems," adding that maritime surveillance, police-type duties, and underwater infrastructure protection are priorities. 2 ship types are planned in this relatively significant procurement. The first is said to be a large open water vessel of about 100 meters, the second a coastal ship in the 60 to 80 meter range. 2 of each ship type will be ordered in the short term, while further into the future another 9 may be procured, 3 larger and 6 smaller vessels. Doing the maths, 4 plus 9, that's 13 ships, although earlier reporting had stated that a total of 12 would be procured, so we aren't sure where the discrepancy is. Nonetheless, Minister of Defence Hanno Pevkur has been on the record saying that Estonia wants more of the work done domestically, though weapons and some communication systems will come from abroad. If you examine the state of Estonia's current naval fleet, you'd see exactly why the country is in need of new ships, as 3 are currently out of service. As we reported earlier, the Estonian naval ship Admiral Cowan was damaged by ice. Another mine hunter, Sakala, experienced a fire/smoke incident with its electrical system sustaining water damage during firefighting efforts. And then patrol vessel Raju is said to be sitting in dry dock after its propellers were damaged while being lifted out of the water for scheduled maintenance. Ships, regardless of age, are obviously susceptible to damage, including the types of incidents experienced by these older vessels. At the same time, Estonia could probably use some ships with stronger hulls and more modern electrical systems anyway. And so, for the new vessels, we again have South Korea's Hanwha and Hyundai, Sweden's Saab, and Estonia's Baltic Workboats responding to the request for proposals. Marek Mardo, Naval Category Manager at RKIK, was quoted as saying, "We requested an indication of pricing and delivery schedules. After that, we'll review what those prices are based on, discuss the proposals with the bidders, draw our conclusions, possibly revise the technical and functional requirements, and then continue discussions with the companies in the second stage." And so there's admittedly not too much information on which ships are being put forward for consideration. At the same time, the ballpark sizes for the 2 types of ships can help us to see possible products on offer at each company. Over at Estonia's Baltic Workboats, we imagine the company would need to work on clean sheet designs, as its catalogue and listed products max out at around 45 meters, unless you count its 100-meter electric passenger ferry. For Sweden's Saab, it might be a similar situation, considering the company's website only lists smaller patrol and interceptor boats from its Dockstar subsidiary and mine countermeasure ships maxing out at about 53 meters. And while it would be amazing if Estonia were to order the 72.7-meter-long Visby-class corvettes, these ships might be more than needed, although we're happy to be proven wrong on this one. However, not listed on its surface ships and boats page is the work done for Singapore, including the 80-meter Littoral Mission Vessel, or LMV. As a spin-off from the work on the Visby corvettes, Saab was commissioned by Singapore in 2012 to develop the overall design of a versatile vessel for patrol, surveillance, and naval combat. The task was to combine many capabilities into a relatively small vessel, and so we can imagine Estonia looking for something similar. Additionally, with Saab working with Singapore on a 150-metre-long multi-role combat vessel, it's clear that the Swedish firm is open to more custom work rather than just offering an off-the-shelf solution. But moving over to the South Korean competitors, Hyundai Heavy Industries has quite an extensive list of products, ranging from smaller patrol boats up to frigates and destroyers. Looking at various categories, it looks like ships from the company's HDC, HDP, and maybe even HDM series could be put forward for consideration. For Hanwha, the company's PKX-A could be a good candidate for the smaller vessel, while the PN-OPV or MLS-2 are suitably sized to be Estonia's larger vessel. It's also possible that both Hyundai and Hanwha offer to develop something more tailored to Estonia's needs. Of course, South Korea tends to excel on fast delivery times, and going this route would slow things down. Germany's heavily delayed F-126 blunder and the subsequent choice to procure the off-the-shelf MEKO A200 from TKMS is a good example of the risks associated with developing a ship from scratch and highlights the benefits of simply purchasing a proven design. We feel safe in saying that any developmental issues wouldn't be as bad as the F-126, but again, it's an example of the risks of adding that extra large step of concept development. On the local labour side of things, South Korea is generally quite open with industrial cooperation, and it's a similar case with Sweden. Indeed, we've seen both countries work with Poland on various procurements and agree to domestic assembly. And of course, with Baltic Workboats being Estonian, this would likely guarantee the highest amount of local talent and labour involved in getting these ships into the water. And so we apologise for being so light on details, but there's really not much concrete information to pass on other than the companies that made the shortlist. Obviously, more details will be available as the program progresses, and so we'll do our best to keep you updated. Baltic Workboats seems to be the politically safest option, but we know South Korea is eager to get a foothold in Europe when it comes to maritime solutions and would probably offer quite a competitive package. Saab could be the most expensive option, but their combat systems have a reputation that justifies any higher costs. But what do you think of the shortlist for Estonia's upcoming naval procurement? Do you think the country should go through the trouble of developing its own vessel classes, or is it better off ordering already built designs in order to speed things up and reduce the risk of delays? Let us know your thoughts by leaving a comment.